You know, we're all walking around basically broadcasting our true feelings, whether we mean to or not. It's like this silent language we all speak, through our eyes, our posture, even the tiny little pauses between our words. And look, learning to read these signals, it's not just some cool party trick. It's a genuine skill for understanding the world and the people around you.
I mean, you know that feeling, right? You meet someone brand new, and almost instantly, something deep in your gut just clicks. It either says, I don't know about this person, or maybe the total opposite. Yeah, this person feels solid. It's this incredibly powerful intuition, and the craziest part is, that gut feeling is almost always right on the money.
But let's get one thing straight right off the bat. This is not about learning some secret tricks to unfairly judge people or stick them in a box. The real goal here is to understand what's actually going on beneath the surface, to get a sense of who's being genuine and who's just, well, putting on a show. Really, it's about protecting yourself. All right, so here's the game plan for today. We're going to start with the face, because that's where everything starts. Then we'll zoom out to the rest of the body. After that, we'll tune in to what their voice and words are telling us. And finally, we'll learn how to put all those pieces together to see the whole picture. You ready? Let's dive in.
Okay, first up, the face. This is your number one source of information. Why? Because it's where emotions pop up first, often in a split second before the person even has a chance to think about hiding them.
Let's start with something we see every day, the smile. Look, pretty much anyone can fake a smile with their mouth, but the eyes don't lie. A real, genuine smile, what they call a Duchenne smile, travels all the way up the face. The cheeks rise, and you see those little crinkles at the corners of the eyes. A fake smile, though, it's just the mouth doing all the work. The eyes look empty, almost disconnected. And you've got to watch the eyebrows. They're like these little truth detectors. If someone says something like, yeah, no, I'm fine, but their eyebrows flash up for just a split second, that's their body betraying their words. That sudden raise is an involuntary reflex, a dead giveaway for surprise, worry, or fear that they're trying to cover up.
And here are two more big ones for the face. First, eye contact. When someone's lying or just really uncomfortable, they tend to go to one of two extremes. They'll either avoid your gaze like the plague, or they'll stare you down with this weird, unnatural intensity. And second, look at their jaw. A tight, clenched jaw is a silent scream. It's a huge sign of hidden stress or frustration. Think of it like a pressure gauge for how they're really feeling inside.
All right, let's move on to the rest of the body. You see, people might try to control their facial expressions, but it is way, way harder to manage all the little signals their entire body is sending out.
Now, here is one of the most powerful and underrated clues in all of body language. Watch their feet. Seriously, a person can be turned towards you, smiling, nodding, but if their feet are pointed at the door, their subconscious mind already wants out of there. People almost never think to control their feet, and that's exactly why they are such an honest indicator of their true intentions.
Think about the physical space between you and another person. It's simple, really. When someone leans in while you're talking, it's a huge green flag. It shows interest, engagement, trust. But if they lean back, creating more distance, that often signals some kind of discomfort or resistance to what you're saying. The physical distance almost always mirrors the emotional distance.
And now for the classic crossed arms. We all know this one, right? It's a self-protective move. It's like their body is literally building a wall to create an emotional barrier. It often means they're feeling defensive or closed off. But, and this is a big but, context matters. They could just be cold, you know? But real clue is if they do it right after you say something specific. That's when you should pay attention.
Oh, and the hands? The hands are always talking. If you notice someone's hiding their hands, maybe in their pockets or behind their back, it can be a sign of nervousness. Watch for those little self-soothing gestures too, like touching their face or their neck. People do that unconsciously when they feel stressed or uncomfortable. But on the other hand, if you see someone rubbing their hands together, that's usually a sign of excitement or anticipation. It's like their body is saying, all right, let's do this. Okay, so we've covered what we can see. Let's switch gears and talk about what we can hear and what we can just plain feel. The voice, the words someone chooses, and just their general vibe. They can tell you an incredible amount about who they really are. This right here, this is a golden rule. Seriously, if you meet someone and within 5 minutes they're gossiping or talking trash about their so-called friends or their coworkers, you need to listen very, very carefully. Because what you're hearing is a direct preview, a movie trailer, for how they are going to talk about you the second you leave the room.
Always remember, how someone says something is often way more important than what they're saying. Someone can say, "Oh, I'm so happy for you." But if their voice is totally flat, kind of robotic, that signals a major emotional disconnect. If they're talking a mile a minute, it could be nervousness. And if their speech is super slow and deliberate, they might be trying to control the situation, or you.
Even a person's appearance tells a story. Now, we have to be careful here and avoid jumping to conclusions. But details can offer clues about how someone sees themselves. Good grooming often suggests a level of self-respect. Now, messiness isn't always bad. It could be the sign of a brilliant, creative mind, or it could just be carelessness. Even their shoes can give you a hint about their lifestyle, right? Are they built for comfort, for style, for work? It all adds to the picture.
And that brings us to the final and honestly the most critical piece of the puzzle, putting it all together. Because a single gesture on its own means almost nothing. The real skill is learning how to spot the patterns.
One of the most powerful patterns to look for is something called mirroring. This is when someone, without even realizing it, starts to copy your body language. You cross your legs, a second later, they cross theirs. You lean in on your elbow, and so do they. This is their subconscious mind screaming, "Hey, I'm on the same page as you. I feel a connection." It's one of the strongest and most honest signs of rapport you'll ever see. And if you take away only one single thing from our time together, please let it be this. Context is everything. Never, ever jump to a conclusion based on one little clue. That person with their arms crossed, they might just be chilly. But when you see a cluster of clues, like the crossed arms, plus they're leaning back, and their feet are pointed towards the door, well, now you have something. Now a story is starting to form. Ultimately, what we're talking about here isn't magic. It's not a superpower. It's definitely not mind reading. It's a skill. And like any skill, it's one that you can absolutely learn. All it is really is the art of paying attention, of focused observation, of noticing the little things that most people miss. So, I'll leave you with this question. After all this, the next time you meet someone new, just for a moment, be an observer. What's the very first thing you notice? Is it their eyes? The way they carry themselves? The energy they bring into the room? The more you start to consciously notice these things, the better you'll get at understanding the people you share this world with.